In this lesson, I want to discuss some of the structures of the eyeball. Now, we looked at extrinsic eye muscles in a previous video, and we used the same diagram. Now, typically speaking, we will look at some of the major regions, and I'm going to encircle the outer layer in red here. This is the sclera. Now, it is hard to actually color it in on here, but everything between this small circle and the outer red circle, this would all be sclera. And we would color that in. Typically, I'd give it a color of yellow or whatever I have handy on the board. Now, if we come into that, we have our cornea as a structure smaller that we can see as part of our fibrous tunic. The fibrous tunic is comprised of two structures, the cornea and the sclera. And the cornea is a translucent part. It is all collagen fibers, and it depends on how we arrange these collagen fibers as to whether they will be clear or they will be white in color. Now, inside the cornea, if I would appear in, I'm going to see, and I'm going to color this in green, and we would have the structure here known as the iris, which is the colored part of the eye. And it sits in here, and I will have to kind of come back and clean the pupil up, but it does encircle here. The pupil is the hole in the iris, the aperture in which light lets light come in. Now, it's usually kind of hard to color everything in here, so I usually try to do a quick and dirty job on these videos just to kind of go back and help you guys do these drawings, and which helps you learn human anatomy. Now, as it goes for external structures, we can't really see a lot there. Let's clean up the pupil just a little. And the pupil is the black dot in the middle. It is a lack of structure which lets light in. So as we look at these little anatomical drawings, I hope you do find them helpful. They've been a big implementation for the last 2 semesters for human anatomy and physiology labs for myself. And these ShowMes have been pretty helpful into allowing students to further access these drawings to kind of practice human anatomy. But with these structures, again, we have everything inside here, the blue, which does cover up the entirety of the iris and everything. Now, typically speaking, if you're looking at an eyeball and we remove that, deep inside you'll see other structures like ciliary bodies and things like that we'll look at. But as it goes here, guys, this is generally all we'll be able to see in these particular diagrams is our cornea, and then you'll see some other structures inside of here. But this concludes my little video on structures of the eyeball. Thank you. As seen from the anterior position.